Today I'm going to show you how to make a ruffle scarf so that you have ruffles on one side in one color and the other side in another. And we are going to do this on a knitting loom. Any long knitting loom will work. Today I'm going to be using the Martha Stewart with the 2 U pieces on each end. The 12 hole straight pieces on either side. The large pegs, every other peg. I'm only doing this one 6 pegs wide. You can do it however wide you want it. On either side, my green one's holding it together. And then I'm also going to be using the Red Heart Boutique sachet yarn. I am going to be using Tango and Hip Hop. And then my loom tool. It's really quite simple. It's the same thing as doing just a regular one. You're just working in color with 2 colors, so 2 strands. To start off, I like to fold my end over, and then you put your end on your, oops, there we go. We are going to place 1 loop on every peg. I like lots of ruffles, and so 1, 2, 3, I go every 3, and also you can go in between the in here in these little tracks. I like having the extra support of having the 2 strands, so I always go under those into those holes. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. You can do it 2 of them, or just however. You could also use the same technique with ribbon yarn or anything else that is of this kind of nature, that has the holes or the, the tracks down the side. 2, 3, to give ruffles or lace. Now then, we're going to take our second color, and we're going to do the same thing. Fold our end over, match your holes up for the end. Now, there's that one. I'm going to go ahead and knit these off as I go, because I don't like it. Makes it easier. Whoops. Makes it easier to keep your loops on your peg, or it's easier for me to keep my loops on my pegs. You can do it however you like. Whatever's easiest for you, make it your own. 1, 2, 3, knit over, and then 1, 2, 3, and then knit over. You can, well, see, I've lost a loop already. You can use any knitting board loom. You can use the Purple Nifty Knitter long loom, the Boy large gauge long loom. It really doesn't matter. I just like using the long looms or the knitting boards, because then you can easily move your stitches back and forth, so that you do not have to figure out how to purl your ruffle yarn. Sorry. Every time I pause, I'm trying to, I lose my words. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now then. Now then, we will move the loops over. If you do it every 2 loops, it will make it harder to move over, but it will stretch just enough. Turn your loom around. Now then, our next one, a good way to tell which one you're going to work on next is whichever color is going to be when you look down the inside of the loom, whichever color is next, that's going to be the color you're going to work. That way it will keep it all on the same side. If you alternate it, like if I was to use the red instead of the black and white, then it would mix your colors in together. You would have a ruffle of, one and then the other. So 1, 2, 3, same concept. You just knit over, which could be done as well. 1, 2, 3. And really, you could do, if you were doing it like that in kind of like stripes of ruffles, you could even use up to 3 colors if you wanted to. The gemstone colors of the sachet would be really pretty to work that way. I've not really worked with a lot of the other brands of the Ruffle yarns like a lot of other people have, but it would be, the possibilities are endless. Now then, we switch it back to the other side. But for this tutorial, I'm just showing you how to do one color on one side and the other on the other. Turn your loom back around. Now you'll be going back across the other way with your red. You could even take a piece of masking tape, I don't know if I've mentioned this yet or not, and mark each side of the loom with like your colors, so that you would remember which side, because you would always, in this technique, you would always use the same side for the same color, so that all of your ruffles on one side will all be in one color and the same on the other. There's that one. And also, it is very easy for these loops to come off the pegs. And if you've done ruffle scarves, I mean, that happens anyway. But especially whenever you're trying to get the 2 different strands finagled. And so you just need to watch it. Make sure your loops don't come off. Poke it down through. Switch sides. I'll show you the one more of the black and white. And then you just continue doing it in that manner until you get it to however long you want it, and then you will bind off as you normally do. If you do it, if you want to make an infinity scarf, or just, however you want to do it, and then you will fasten off in the same manner. But, whoops, here we go. Oh, well, there we go. Get it back on there. I just thought this would be something different. Everybody's always looking for different techniques for the ruffle yarns. And 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. And then, like I said, you will just go back and forth, and you just, every side, every time you switch a side, you will go back to the other color. And then that one there, and then you will see that. See, you've got your reds on one side, and your black and whites on the other. There we go. You have a very nice day, and hope you enjoyed this, and hope this was helpful. Thank you.